season. I didn't watch anymore after that. Actually, I might be lying. I might have seen a couple of seasons or parts of a couple seasons, but I haven't seen the whole thing. But I love anything where there's telepathic movement. It's like that's I want to do that when I grow up.
I love it because it's heavily influenced by stuff from when I was a kid, like
Yeah.
Stephen King and Freddy Krueger and
Yes.
all those things. It's heavily influenced by that, and I love all that. I love all that.
Yes.
Where is
Yes.
everybody? There's nobody here. What's going on?
In my life,
It says on air.
45 seconds.
Well, I guess we'll give it a few minutes. I really love that you send me clips. I'm using them. I'm sharing them.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
that's fun. So the program's like, you got to pay extra for this. And then initially I was like, I'm not.
hey,
And then,
Wade.
and then I'm
Sorry.
really glad I did. It's okay.
Yeah, I actually got a subscription to it too, so that I could use
Yes.
it. Hey, Mary.
Yeah, it's really nice. It comes in handy. There's a lot of benefits to it for sure. And I like it better than the one I used before. So that's always good. I will tell you, my nose, when I've been getting into big energy this week, well, not just this week, let's just be real, for a long time, my nose starts running. So it's going to look like I'm on crack. I'm not.
I think we probably know that.
There are a lot of new people on the page. I'm really excited for them to be here tonight. Hopefully, they'll show up and say hi.
Yeah.
So I need to go open my chat really quick.
Yeah. So I'm going to say hello to some people joining us. Darlene, hello. Sunshine, I think that says hello. Nancy, hello. Emma, hello. Mary, I'm so glad I'm going to see you. I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Missy, hello. Tara, hello. Wade, as always, hello. Gara, Greya, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Hello. We're so excited you guys are here.
I'm like, I'm not seeing all the names yet. I'm trying to catch up. Erin is on it.
I think your chat goes the opposite direction of mine because when I'm looking at stuff at the top, you're telling me it's at the bottom of your screen, which is weird. So I don't know.
That is weird. Okay. Hi,
Hello, Arva.
Kristen. Miss
Hello from
Arva.
Florida. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to move to Florida. Hello, Amy. Hello, Liz. Sabe, what's up? Nick, I think that's Nick. What's up, Nick?
Oh, I went, yo, yo. That's fun. Hi, everybody. There's so many names, and I don't want to repeat all of them. But hey,
Hey,
people, how
y'all.
are you? Hey,
Welcome
y'all.
in. Hey, y'all. I have to show
You're going to
you.
be talking like that soon.
Well, I talk like that anytime I go home because I am from Virginia. So,
Oh, fair, fair,
but
fair.
when I go home and I'm around all the people with the accents, it just comes right back out.
Oh my God,
um,
Stephanie. Stephanie says, Erin, you are glowing. Yes, you are. I
oh,
told her
thank
her hair
you.
looked beautiful.
Thank you. It was, a restful week was very, very nice. So I want to show you, Melissa, I have a new favorite artist and I want to tell you about her because I think you're going to love her artwork. So
Oh,
she does drawings about life and death, being friends.
oh,
And
oh.
she has a whole series about life and death, falling in love. And I bought one of her prints. This is it. I hope you can see it. It's
Oh,
called,
that's fabulous.
it says Life Dances Under the Veil of Death.
Oh,
And all of
that's
her,
definitely print worthy.
yeah, all of her pieces are inexpensive. This was $20. She
Oh,
has an entire series of life and death falling in love. I found her on TikTok. Her name on TikTok is Rory, Rory. The name of the shop that she has is called Drawn, Drawn, to Glory. She has a lot of Christian artwork. So if that's something that you're interested in, she has that. But this is the series that I particularly love. There's so many
I
different,
I love that. Would be Archangel Azrael, who is the angel of death.
yeah.
But he's
It's
yeah,
very cool. So I wanted to share it with everybody because whenever I find something exciting like that, I
yes,
love to share
yes.
it.
I'm gonna share it. I'm just looking up her website, drawntoglory.com.
I don't know if it is johntoglory.com or if it's an Etsy store. I just know that it is John
Oh,
to Glory.
because um there's some pretty cool shirts on here if this is her.
I'm not
Um,
sure, but
she's got Bible apparel too. So
yeah,
this
there's a
might
lot of
be,
stuff in there, a lot of Christian artwork, but she
yeah,
does this as well. So
yeah.
this I really
And
enjoy.
yeah, and just for the record, it literally says Bible apparel, which is what it said. It says Bible apparel. So okay, well, cool. Drawn to glory.com or Drawn to Glory.
Yeah, her name is Rory, Rory. So I really enjoyed her. Hello, did not sleep at all last night. I was up a lot last night. I've been having the most active dreams, and they're all like connected somehow. Like the details now are sort of I'm losing them, but like I've been having a lot of dreams of almost like tying up loose ends. I don't know how else to explain it. Like I think in my dream last night there was a group I was with and something happened and I made a decision. I'm going to walk away from this. Like it was like I don't know how. I feel like I'm struggling to explain it, but something's going
No, that
on.
yes,
Something's going on in the dream space for sure. I'm
yes.
up about I mean, I have insomnia anyway, but I'm up about every hour and a half. I'm just wide awake all of a sudden, and it keeps
Yeah.
happening.
I have been not going to bed until way after midnight 30 and getting up at 6. And I've just been like, and that's unusual for me. So
Oh.
I usually try to get to bed much, much earlier. Sometimes I sleep in later, it just depends. But big
So,
energy visitation. I had a visitation from my living husband. I know. Explain me that. He is laying behind me in bed. I'm laying on my right side. Right is masculine energy. And I am in that space just as you're starting to wake up, but you're not quite awake yet.
mhm.
And all of a sudden, I see him appear to me in my mind's eye in this beautiful golden, glowy white light, just like if somebody was in spirit and walking through the tunnel. And the next thing I know, he's saying, I just need you to know I love you very much. I love you very much. And this was a version of him. So we've been married 35 years. This was when we first got married. He was a Marine Corps, the six pack abs, high and tight, all the things. I know. I know.
I bet when you look at him though, you still see that, don't you? Because when I
I
look
have
at Chad,
those. Yeah.
I mean, Chad and I have been married almost 28 years, and still, when I look at him, I don't. It's hard to explain, but I see him
Yeah.
as when I met
He'll
him.
always be exactly.
That handsome
Exactly.
stranger that I
Yes.
was like, "Ooh, who is that?"
I was like, oh, yummy. Yes, I said that online. Okay. So um, then I started having dreams that weren't so great, but it started with him. So it was, and that's new for me. So that was his soul visiting me. That
So
was,
interesting.
oh my God. I was like, well, that just happened. I didn't tell him. He doesn't know. Don't
So
tell him.
interesting. Yeah. So I want to get into a lot of things with you. I'm sure a lot of people have
Yes.
questions, but before we do that, I
Okay.
want to promote our workshop that's coming up because I am
Yes.
personally unbelievably excited about this.
I am too.
And I want to make sure people know that this is coming up, right?
And I've got it. I pulled it up so I could share it quickly. So I've got a link already up here. So
Yeah.
I'll put a
You
link here.
guys, this is a fantastic workshop. If you are interested in connecting to your mediumship, this is the workshop for you. The first half of the workshop is going to be me, and I'm going to talk about energy, how it works, and kind of bring it down to a real level where you can understand it on
Yes.
many different aspects. And then Melissa is going to teach you guys about mediumship and connection. And then you guys get the opportunity to break off into groups and practice and then come back together and talk about it. It's going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing workshop. So make sure that if this is something you want to participate in or something you've even been thinking about, that you get your tickets. We have a limited
Yes.
amount of space to make sure that everyone gets attention.
Yes.
Each ticket comes with a link to rewatch it later. So this is a workshop that you can do over and over and over again on your own time.
Yes.
It's going to be incredibly helpful. What do you want to add, Melissa? Because I am beyond excited.
I know I am too. I want to kind of add on to that. This is just going to be an amazing jump off point for so many people to explain what you're going to go through the energetic dynamics of mediumship and what it is and how that is. And I really want to help people demystify what is actually happening and how they're receiving. And I don't want to
Right.
give you too much, but I guarantee you people are already receiving so many messages. It's and updates and downloads. So we'll
Oh
go
yeah.
into that and then we'll have a fun little there's I don't know, do we want to tell details like what we plan on
Well, don't
doing?
reveal too much. Keep it a secret. It's going to be so fun. We can't tell too much. So just know tickets are on sale. We've already sold quite a few tickets and we have a very limited space. So if this is something you are interested in, this is something you want to get on your calendar, go ahead and do that. You have plenty of time to between now and when it happens. I just don't know when it's going to sell out. So I wanted to make
Yes,
sure to get it out there to everybody.
absolutely. And like she said, it's recorded so you guys can go back and watch it. So maybe you can't tune in on that day, but you want to be part of it, then you can still purchase tickets. You'll still get all the information. You'll get the video
Yeah.
and all the fun things. And I did share the link. I'll pop it up so you can see it, but I did. You can just click on that and it will take you to buy tickets.
Yeah. All right. So
Some
the
good
fire
questions.
horse.
You guys, so I've been posting quite a bit about fire horse energy because it's coming up a lot in my world. And there's a lot of things that this energy is doing to shift us. And some people are feeling it really intensely. Like, oh my God, I can't sleep.
And I think
Migraines.
some people are experiencing these shifts and don't realize what it is. So I think this can
Yes.
be super helpful to really
Yes.
talk about this, sort of make people feel less weird, like why
Yes.
am I feeling like I'm going crazy? You're not going
Well,
crazy.
and I will tell you right now, I had a post that was not promoted. It went viral last night. I woke up to 800, 900 new followers this morning. And it was because of a post for Fire Horse. And it's because I believe it's because it's landing for people. They are feeling the turmoil. They are feeling the frustration. They are feeling, why do I feel sick? Why am I so tired? Like, I have just wanted to hole up in my house for like the last couple of weeks, just like
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah.
So we're getting a lot of that energy. Migraines are going to be a huge part of this. I was telling Erin this morning, I was feeling like almost like somebody put, it's going to sound horrible, a screwdriver in my head and went click, click, and was tightening up my brain. They were sharp. For a second, I was like, do I have an aneurysm today?
Mm.
But it goes away and then it comes in as a flash. And I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not telling anybody not to go to the doctor. But what I am telling you is that a lot of the physical stuff we're experiencing isn't because there's something wrong with you, it's because your body is doing something to help you. It is
Mhm.
helping the energy that we're being hit with. And I know you know all about the Schumann and what's coming from up below us.
Up, down, and all around.
And it's like a swirling.
Yeah.
I just heard swirling in your meat suit is what I just heard in
Ooh.
my head.
Well, that sounds
Well,
gross. Real quick, I just want to pause for 1 second and let Melissa know. Melissa, the other Melissa,
okay.
Ms. Wells. I can see your comment. Just FYI, that's been an issue. She's always hanging out with me, but for some reason she ended up being blocked on my page, and I couldn't figure out how or why. I
Who?
fixed it. I fixed it.
Can I
Melissa
help
Wells.
somebody?
No, I fixed it. I fixed it.
Okay.
M Wells 25. I just wanted to
Oh,
let her
I
know.
see her. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to let her know. I got it fixed, girl. We're good now.
Oh, good. So she's not blocked.
She's
You are
not
welcome.
blocked. She wasn't blocked on purpose. I think one of my mods, I think Chrissy accidentally clicked on her. And there's already someone in our comments, and I'm not going to acknowledge them. There's always going to be people that come in, especially on
Yes.
YouTube, and have nothing but crap to say. So I
Yes.
have wonderful moderators who try to help me with that.
Nice.
But sometimes the comments, they jump and you accidentally
Yes.
click something.
Yes.
It's happened
Yes.
more than once.
Yes. I actually did that with a client, the sweetest, kindest soul. I had had somebody that I just felt like I needed to not have her a part of my journey any longer. So I blocked her and I blocked the wrong person. And
Yeah.
she was mortified. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole
So
thing.
it was.
I want to really quick. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm going to apologize in advance for that. This has been getting worse. Okay. Because why did you highlight that one?
because it made me laugh.
This is literally, that's the person I was like,
Because it was lovely.
yes, I can see you, Melissa. I told you I fixed it. So I want to say real quick, my connection has gotten really, really strong. And for me, when I start receiving or I see something that has an answer that wants to come out, it's like a tick. I can't necessarily stop it. And so I tend to interrupt a lot and I try really hard not
You're
to, but
fine.
it's unconscious. So I just want you guys to know. So I want to talk really quick about this comment from Patricia that says, I know someone with a 2-year-old autistic son, he's feeling the energies, getting hot flushing, and mom having the migraines. I want to address that because that's something that has absolutely been happening for me. And I want to point out, I want everyone to remember this from your elementary science class. The movement of energy produces heat. Think about when you boil water, okay? The water starts to boil because the water got hot because of the energy transfer from the flame. So it starts to boil. You are made out of mostly water. So when energy starts to course through your body, it increases the heat. So and I'm literally been doing all day. I've been having this all day where I get these rushes of heat and then I'm cold and then rush of heat and then cold, right?
Yes.
And I really, it kind of bothers me when people come at me and go, oh, it's menopause. A, you don't know me, so you don't get to comment on that. And B, I am the expert on my body. I know when it's a hot flash versus movement of energy. So I want you guys to trust yourselves and don't try to not necessarily explain it away, but don't be afraid of embracing the actual reason for it. Okay.
Yes.
No
Moving
one else
energy.
has to understand it. No one else has to believe you. It doesn't matter, but do yourself the favor of at least believing yourself. Right.
There is an author, I think I want to say Mindy Peltzer. She has a book, Fast Like a Girl. And one of the things, I went to a conference of hers in Sedona last year, and she said, a lot of us think that the hot flashes that we get are because we're getting older or the pain that we have, and it's actually not. It's because of what we're holding that we haven't released.
Right. Right.
And I have started to track that. So I'm so glad you brought that up. I have been tracking that. Why am I like having hot flashes? Now, when spirit's near me, beet red, and I might even start sweating.
Yeah. I start
all
pouring sweat and it's
kind of gross.
gross.
I know it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like, I'm so
kinda gross.
sorry.
But I can't help it. I cannot help it. The movement of energy provides heat. I wear these like shawls all the time because they're
Oh, so
easy.
you can-
On, off, on, off, on, off. all day long. Like,
I
I'm
have
gonna
a
take
fan
it
back
off
there.
now. I'm going to take it off now and then I'm going to put it back on in 30 seconds because this keeps happening. This is just how movement of energy works for me, you know? So the info about the class, so there's a couple places you can go. If you go to Melissa's, if you're on my YouTube, which it looks like you might be, if you're on my YouTube, you can go to my posts and there's a post on there with the link, or you can go to my website, which is consciouslyerin.com, and go to tools for transformation. It's in there, or you can go to Melissa's Facebook page. There's an event created. You can go there, click that, and it'll also take you to the tickets.
Yes, I have it on my
Yes,
website
see,
too. I have it everywhere.
There's a guy having hot flashes too. I'm telling you guys, the movement of energy produces heat. And right now there's so much energy coming in and so much stuff going on that it's kind of like a little like head turning for me. Like I feel like, okay, I'm finally settling down and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, here it comes again, you know?
Yeah. It's not subtle.
It's
not
not-
subtle from us.
not
It's
for me.
smacking us upside the head.
It's
Yeah, it's
definitely
a little
not
brutal.
subtle for me either. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to answer that question. So
No, that's a great question. Go ahead.
tell me about the fire horse, because this is not something that I have a lot of knowledge on. And I was going to do some research today, but I had a migraine from the pits of hell overnight. And
Yes.
it takes me a good 10 hours to get my brain back together once that goes off. So
I get it.
most of the day today, I literally did nothing. So tell me about it.
Okay. Well, so we know that Chinese New Year started yesterday, and that is when this big energy of the fire horses, that's what it's connected to. That's where we're stemming from. You've been hearing it. Your social media posts are being flooded with it. Everywhere I look, at least mine are, so I suspect other people's are as well. Um, it's the energy that's coming in to create shift and to cause change, much like Mother Earth has this energy, we have this energy hitting us from outside also. So it's almost like we're being put in the washer or the spin cycle and we're being tumbled. Okay. I get so excited. I feel like I'm talking 100 miles an hour, so I apologize. I think I'm trying to get it out before I forget it.
You're doing fine.
So if you guys can keep up with me, put me on slow mo. So, um, so this energy coming in is causing a lot of change, a lot of shifts, and a lot of chaos. It is here to make some emotional changes because what we have seen over this masculine energy that's been dominating the earth is control, fear, lies. Things have been buried, and that can't happen anymore. It's why we're seeing so much getting revealed. I'm not saying they're not still trying to hide some shit because that's still happening, but the stuff is coming collectively to the surface, which is also causing each one of us as individuals to have this energy come collect. Our own stuff is being hit right now too. Any traumas that you've pushed down, any emotional conflicts, any things you've been avoiding or think you've been avoiding, because avoidance isn't healing and it isn't letting go. It's the opposite. So that stuff is saying, hey, pay attention to me. I need you. We need to look at this.
Yeah.
If anywhere in your body, so our body carries all of our emotions,
Your
especially
fascia, especially. The fascia is like a liquid crystal network. It will hold trauma deep in your body,
oh,
especially around the
oh,
hip area. That's a big one. But absolutely, your fascia is like a liquid crystal network in your body.
yes. What I found when I do, so when I go do group readings, if I go to somebody's home, I will bring sage and smudge the individual attendees. And I have found that women in general, a lot of women carry a lot of energy around men in their legs. It is the most I was like, started to see a pattern. Initially, I thought it was just a couple people, but no, it's pretty strong that women carry it there and in their lower backs. Okay. So, all of this is just about clearing your energy and bringing you into your authenticity. You can't be lying about who you are anymore. So if you're a medium and you're like, oh, or if you are using or feeling psychic abilities, which are your clairs, by the way, but it doesn't just have to be that. Any areas in your life where you're hiding, you're going to feel a draw to express and expose yourself.
Or repressing.
Oh, the
Because
repressing is going to nail you
right.
right now.
So just to add to that from my own personal experience, when I was in the Dominican, we went to this little like private island thing where you take a boat and you go and do all the stuff, right? And we
Yes.
get there and they always have these women walking around who want to do massages, and they are massage people and they have like a real place, but they were incredibly aggressive. I am not someone, I love massages, but I need to be prepared for that. I do not like people touching me. I do not like people invading my space. It really bothers me. This one particular woman literally followed me around the whole island going, don't you want a massage? Don't you want a massage? I said no about 15 times. And then I sat down. She came around behind me, put her hands on me, and started digging into my
Oh,
shoulders.
oh
And
no,
I'm
oh no.
saying, no, no, no. And I'm pushing her away. And in that moment, a huge memory. Now, I want to be clear about this because it's not like I didn't know this happened. It's not like it was a something I completely forgot about. But there was an assault that happened when I was 16 that in that moment when she was forcing me to do something and I'm saying no and she's hurting me, that all of that volcanoed up to the surface for me. And I had a total panic attack and all kinds of stuff because I was right back in that moment. Um,
Wow.
I have not thought about that event. Like I had completely forgotten about it. You know what I mean? Like it was totally gone from my vernacular. And then all of a sudden it rose right
Yeah.
up to the surface. However, in doing that, I talked to my therapist about it. I started meditating on it and I don't want to say I pulled all of it. I pulled a big chunk of that out of me. And the relief I felt, obviously, days later, was significant. But
Yeah.
that is not something that I would have actively been able to say, oh, I need to work on this in shadow work, because it wasn't, I wasn't
Exactly.
remembering it, you know? And this
Yeah.
is something that was still down in there that really needed to come to the surface, because it was a very disempowering moment for me. And I'm stepping into my full power now. This is something I cannot bring with me. So while it was a terrible experience in the moment, it was really beneficial long term,
Yes.
because it helped me to
And
get that out of my space.
and I suspect your soul set that up for her to be that trigger for you. Soul contract. I know. You're
I
like,
mean,
I don't.
maybe there could have been an easier way, you know?
But you weren't doing it so that you got some assist. Not that
Yeah, I
that's
don't
okay.
think she
Don't
was
run around and do that. Don't go around touching people. Keep
right.
your hands
I
to
don't think she
yourself.
was trying to hurt me, to address the comment by Lisa. I don't think she was trying to take my energy. I don't think she was trying to hurt me. I think she was trying to get money, because she wanted to give me a massage, which
That's
costs
what they
money.
do. Yes.
And
Yes.
that was her job. And I get that. But I literally said no and walked away from her at least 15 times. And then when she forced that on me, it was like instantly I was right back in that, oh my God, oh my God. And I was freaking out. My poor husband is like, what's going on? And, like all this stuff, and had to basically come
Yeah.
and pull me out of there. And then he had to have a whole conversation with the women doing massages. Listen, you can't be doing that. You can't be touching people if they don't want you to touch them. And they
No.
just kept saying, she just needs to relax. Don't you want it? Don't you want it? And again, that's the stuff that I was
No.
hearing when I was being assaulted. And it's like, but all of that came up. I was able to address it. I was able to move past it for a big part of it. And I do feel better. So I want people to realize that stuff like that may be happening, because there's no room for that anymore. You cannot bring that with you. You have to think of things in terms of frequency and resonance. Where we are headed is in a different frequency than where we are. And if you're carrying things of a lower frequency, like this feeling of disempowerment, you are not going to resonate with where we're going, and you're going to be off. So you have to let go of that so you can rise up to meet that frequency. It's like sandbags on a hot air balloon. You got to cut that shit and let
You
it
gotta
go
cut that
so
shit.
that you can
Yep.
rise.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's an analogy that I use. I use it also often for shadow work, but say somebody was attacked when they were younger and they remember the smell of the cologne, but they don't really categorize what it is that would bring on a trigger. Let's say that very person who was assaulted walks into a grocery store 20 years later, and there's a guy that walks by and they don't think anything of it, but all of a sudden they smell him. And his smell, maybe he was wearing the same cologne as the assaulter. You would go right into that, but
Right.
you wouldn't realize that it was because somebody was wearing that cologne right away. You might not realize it at all. All of a sudden, you feel fear. You feel like something's going to happen. Somebody's going to hurt you. So that is full panic attack, full on anxiety, full on panic, but not knowing why. But it stems from that earlier situation because it was never released.
Right.
From
And, going back to the fascia, grabbing onto my shoulders and pushing that tissue around. Now, I have massages. I've gotten massages before, but I've never unwillingly had a massage, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't prepared. Like, I wasn't mentally in the right space. I wasn't ready. And so I think that's why it came up. So,
Well, she
hello.
touched you without your permission. That's huge. This one I like to, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. That's right.
I think
That's
we
right.
all took a collective sigh when you said that. Or
Yeah. And no hard feelings against the lady. She just needs to not do that. Like that's
yeah. Well,
not for me.
sometimes we have to learn. Not you. It's like you handled it probably better than I would have. I'm not sure that I wouldn't. I don't know.
I had a total meltdown.
Oh,
I was hyperventilating and crying and snotting all over this beautiful Caribbean island.
I mean, oh, honey.
I mean, I eventually got it together, but in the moment it was pretty difficult, but
Sure.
I'm glad that it's over,
Yeah, me too.
So, there's just stuff that needs to be dealt with. Your dreams, I think, are a place to start working some things out. So you may be having some really wild dreams. Even my husband, who's not necessarily a believer in any of this, he's having dreams like that. Like he told me he had a dream last night that he was in a helicopter crash with like the group of us that went to Dominican together, the cousins, he had a
Oh,
dream that we were all in a helicopter crash. But what he said is he in the dream knew that he was crashing and had accepted, okay, I'm going to die, and said he was so calm about it. And then it crashed and he was still alive. And he goes, and then I realized it was a dream and I woke up and I was like, that's called lucid dreaming, sir.
that
So
is
maybe he's tapping into something that maybe he doesn't realize he's tapping into. And I think that's happening for a lot of people.
to me the dreaming of death is about releasing, moving into a new phase of life or a new phase of
Right.
existence and letting go of that old aspect of you.
Right.
Um,
And he's transitioning from being a construction worker to being a teacher as we move
oh,
to Florida.
so he's letting. Oh, that's huge. That's a whole new thing.
Hmm.
There was something I wanted to say. I lost it. Oh Lord Jesus, maybe it'll come back. So we'll see.
So, Melissa, I want to ask you a question.
Okay,
I
go.
hate to put you on the spot,
Let's
but
do it.
you do QHHT sessions, right?
I do. I do.
Have you ever thought about maybe doing one on me and live streaming it so people can see what it's like?
Um, so QHHT does not allow us to do long distance. I couldn't take you into theta state. I could do a smaller state. We couldn't go, but if you ever come out here or I ever come to your direction, I would do it and live stream it.
When we end up hosting a retreat together?
Yeah, we need to do that. You know I'm putting one on. You could always come.
I know you are, but you're far away from me. And I'm trying to move and I'm trying to do 10,000 things, but I would love to.
I think it'll be a blast, and I think we should really consider it because, yeah, I feel like we're kind of on the same page, and we can offer people a lot of hands-on. At least I think so.
I think it would be really fun and it'll
I
happen.
don't.
It'll,
Yeah,
it'll happen.
I'm excited. Okay, so yes, I would absolutely do the QHHT. We
I
can
just
do a
thought it would be
so.
interesting.
Oh my God, I have had, without mentioning names or anything, I have had the most incredible experiences with people in their past lives. And just for anybody who's watching, past lives aren't always human.
No, or in this
This
dimension.
and this life isn't always human.
Right.
I've had somebody who was a fish.
I was so in one of my sessions, I've had 3, and in one of my sessions so in my mind it looked like an ant, but I don't know that it was an ant. It was something that I had 2 antennas coming out like this. And there was something that damaged one of those antennas, and that my higher self told me that's where my migraines come from, is from the damage that happened here. So
Interesting. It will. Okay, and you also got bonked on the head from something, right? In a past life, or
in the plane crash, I got
you
hit in
had
the head with a coffee pot.
this was in her past life. So it wasn't that it was in this lifetime, but in a
Right,
past
it was
life,
in a
she got.
different life experience. But yeah, I got hit in the head with a coffee pot.
I have a birthmark from where I was shot in a past life, and I died in my. So our guides can have been in a relationship with us in a past life. My main guide, who I call James because that was his name in my past life, I died in his arms all through regression and through meditative stays where I learned this stuff. I did Google me and find me. My name was Hannah. His name was James. Crazy shit. So anyway, I have this splatter on my chest that looks like a shotgun splatter. And I never understood it. I always felt like it was connected to something important. Now we know. Now I know.
Yeah.
So I know. So all of these things are connected. It's an intricate web. I tell people all that all the time. This is such an intricate web just to even be here talking. So many things had to happen for that to happen and are happening for that to happen.
Hmm.
I don't know what Jupe is. I'm just Melbourne,
It must be
Australia
a
in mass.
cologne. I would say
Oh,
I would say
oh,
it must be a cologne.
oh, probably. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. In your lungs, absolutely. So we'll go through a few of these. Oh, and I've been doing this a lot. And this is freaking me out. When I'm in meditative state, I'll notice my hands are curling up. And I noticed I've been doing this, and that reminds me of that little creepy fella from Red Rum from what was the
Danny,
name of Danny.
The Shining.
I'm like, what in the am I doing?
Yeah. His
So
name was Danny from The Shining. One of my favorite books, actually.
I've never read the book.
It's a
So
fantastic book.
so you can feel it in your lungs. I have noticed palpitations. My heart has been just tonight before we came on here, the energy was intense. I was like, oh, okay, deep breath. Um, anything you can do. I mean, you might even think about putting some Vicks on your chest, and that might help. That just that's a chemical I know, but that might help. I use Vicks if I'm feeling like I'm all stuffy. Deep breaths, hot baths, purge, clear energy. Um, I'm also going to say something that's very counterintuitive, but anytime you feel a physical pain in your body, thank it. Thank it. It's calling your attention to something that needs healed. So look at it and say, thank you for bringing this to my attention. Okay. You don't necessarily have to know what it is right away either. So I have her up here. I can't. Oh, right there. Hide. Okay. Red door. So this, are you doing that too with your finger? Nothing in the lungs, but feeling in the feet for sure. That's grounding energy. So that's at the base. That's your base. Okay. So your base, what you know to be true, might be shifting for you.
Mm-hmm. Someone said, where'd it go? How about a retreat in Sedona maybe next year? I would love to. I need to win the lottery. Friends, it costs a lot of money to put on a retreat. It costs a lot of money to put on a retreat. And when my coffers are overflowing, I shall do such a thing.
Yeah. So she's saying frequency, energy, vibration. This could be a masculine, but I think it's feminine. QHHT via live. They probably aren't following Dolores's method by the book if they're doing it via live, because once you take somebody into theta, which is that deep state where they start going into the subconscious, it you don't have, I don't want to say control, but you might need somebody there with you, especially if you start having a really difficult memory. What if you lose internet and your client is stuck in a really hard memory? I have had some who are just like, oh, a bear, oh, a claw, oh, I just died. I've had that happen, but I've also had people that went real deep into the memory. And if I hadn't been there to help them, it could have been a really difficult and horrible thing and left them with that trauma. So that's the reason they ask us not to do that via live feed.
Yeah, all three of mine were in person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to go as deep. You can do a regression and not go to the subconscious. And I could do that live. Absolutely. But if I'm taking you to your subconscious, we want to.
Also, something I think people don't realize is each one of my QHHT sessions was well over 6 hours long.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realize that. I didn't know that when I went to my first one. And I wasn't under, obviously, the whole time, but she spent a lot of time with me at the beginning, talking to me and asking me a bunch of questions. And I asked her, I go, why are we talking? She goes, well, I'm trying to tire your mind out. And I said, oh, okay. You know, and it was really
in a more open state. So it's easier. And to make you feel comfortable, because if you don't feel comfortable, you'll be, you're laying on a bed and we're trying to get you to close your eyes and go to sleep. Basically, you're not really sleeping, but
right. And what the most interesting thing to me is once I came out of it and we were sort of talking about it, I thought I remembered it. I thought I remembered everything I said. And she was like, you don't. And I go, yes, I think I do. She goes, no, you don't. And I go, I think I do. She goes, well, I'm going to send you the recordings anyway.
Yeah.
And I think you should listen to them. And I'm like, no, I got it. And I didn't listen to them for at least a month or so. And then one day I was on a road trip and I had nothing to listen to. And I go, oh, let me turn this on. And I turned it on. And for about the first 10 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I remember. And then all of a sudden I started talking and I was like, what? And I was like, what's that? And I was saying the craziest stuff and having these huge conversations. And it was like, and it was weird because as I was listening to it, I sort of could remember it, but until I heard it, there was zero memory of it.
Right.
And that is a very bizarre feeling when you hear yourself talking and you're like, who is that? Like
Sometimes the pitch will change too, or they'll get softer or and deeper.
my voice changed. My voice absolutely changed. I mean, I recognized it as me, but it was very different. It's very
Yeah,
hard to explain.
it's
Very hard to explain.
incredible to witness too, to watch that happen. It's like I get all sucked in, like, "Ooh, here we go." It's
Yeah.
so fun. It's so fun. I mean, I do enjoy what I do for a living, so I'm very blessed in that sense. But it is really cool to be able to watch people have these experiences. And
Yeah.
I always enjoy asking afterwards, do you know how long you were under? And especially when somebody says, oh, 10 minutes, and it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. It blew me away. I came out of it and it was dark and I'm like, what the hell?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so the reason, we usually set, I think I set aside 5 or 5.5 hours for QHHT session. So the first 3 hours is typically just conversating and getting to know one another, actually getting to know the client. They don't need to get to know me, getting to know them. But letting them also get comfortable with my energy is going to be really important.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, oh yeah, she said she had it. Oh, I think that's the same one who said she had her QHHT via live. I think I'm just way behind here. I am in Washington State, in the great state of Washington. I was born and raised in Iowa, though.
Yes. I'm in Illinois temporarily.
Man, yes, because you're going to Florida. I'm really glad somebody brought Mantis up because I said this on my Patreon a few days ago, or maybe longer. I am waking up like this.
So I sleep like that.
Apparently, that's bad.
I sleep like this.
I have been doing
Every
that
single
for
night.
some time now, and my wrists are starting to hurt. So I was like, I wonder if I need to get splints or something. I go to sleep with my hands on my pillow, like, stay that way. So this
I
person said mantis, and mantises have been showing up in my energy.
very
Mantis
interesting.
are beings. I don't know if everybody on here is aware of this. Do you guys believe in beings from other planets? I know some. I know I see somebody's name who's going to be like, because I know she's a little uncomfortable with some of this. So
Listen,
apologize.
it
Just don't
is
look.
it is statistically highly unlikely that we are the only living beings in this entire universe. Are you kidding me? Like
We're floating on a rock in a
like
galaxy.
the statistics on that, if you like, you can look it up. The statistics on that are so incredibly small. It would be like winning the lottery, getting struck by lightning, and like,
Yeah,
falling in a hole all at the same time.
yeah.
That's how hard it would be.
I went
I
into
love the heat. Dusty, I'm moving to Florida because I like the heat, silly. I like the heat. The hotter, the better. I love it. But I do. I sleep like this. I have been sleeping like
yeah.
this for years. I sleep like this.
I I honestly think it might have something to do with psychic abilities. I could be so full of shit. So, but I will be going down that rabbit hole. It's not something that I've asked my guides yet. So I will ask them. I'll throw it out to them now and see if they want to share any of that with me. But I did also want to look up the mantis. It represents hyper clarity. And this is the mantis. Think about it. This is a
Mhm.
mantis. So, pattern recognition, emotional neutrality, diagnostic perception, the ability to see truth without distortion, the observer mind that activates during upgrades. See, mantis like body posture, wrist or hand positioning, heightened sensitivity, having all that. How about you? Sudden clarity? I mean, I have been hearing people when I read their stuff, I hear it. That
Oh,
just started.
oh,
I hear it in their tone.
my connection has gone through the roof. I've
It's
had so many conversations with clients in the last few days where I'm picking up on so much more stuff than I was before, and it's really odd because it's hard to explain what it's like, because I'll be talking to someone and I'll just say something and I don't even know where it came from. Oh, we lost Melissa. She hung up on us.
Sorry, I got booted. Connection's like, get out of here.
That'll probably happen to me too, because it happened last time, remember?
Yeah,
But
and we keep bouncing.
yeah, but I forgot what I was saying. But anyway.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. I don't remember what I was saying.
You said something happened to you too.
I don't remember. Oh, my connection has gotten really strong. I'm saying stuff, like I'll say something and in the moment in my head I'm going, where did that come from? And it comes out and the person's like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We're all getting upgrades. Anyone switching between 3D and 5D? I think most of us are, to be honest with you. I'll pop that up here.
So I have a hard time answering that question, because for me 5D is superposition. So it would be impossible for me to be in superposition. So I struggle with that, because I think my definition of 5D and other people's definition of 5D are not the same. And I don't know that I think we're probably both right, but the way I perceive it is in frequency. So for me, just to put it out there, 3D is this physical reality. We have 3 dimensions here, right?
Yes.
4D is time. Time is in your mind. This is where you can go backwards and forwards, and time is in your mind. 5D is superposition, like Schrodinger's cat. It's dead and alive till you pay attention to it, right? So 5D is sort of everywhere. It's the energy we're being sent. It's everything. You bump up against a frequency that resonates with you. You pull it down from 5D into 4D, where you process it. You go forwards and backwards in time. Then you bring it down from 4D into 3D and use your throat chakra to have inspired action to manifest it into your physical existence. So when people say, are we in 5D? To me, that's an impossible thing to do, because we have slow moving physical 3D bodies. And your 3D body can only resonate at certain frequencies. If it resonates much higher than that, it will turn to liquid. So, I mean,
that's where the brain comes in, when it starts really coming online. That if you used 100% of your brain, you would be. Think of Lucy in that movie, which is one of my faves, by the way. What was happening is I'm getting hit in the right ear with a lot of. It felt like the screwdriver was twisting again, and all of a sudden felt like I wanted to run screaming from the room. So somebody's I wrote down grandpa death. I feel like he was hit in the head. I hear the word persistent. He's bald. He has some hair on the side, but he came in real fast and real sharp. If anybody understands this, please let me know. Usually I like to just look at the person's name, but that's not how this hit me. Okay. And I do feel a struggle to find you, my dear, a struggle to find you. And then there's an MAR like Marty, Martin, Mark. It's going to be masculine. There's going to be a February 3rd connection. I see you now. I see you now. Boy, he's got a strong energy. He needs people to know he's safe. He was a coffee drinker. I don't know why that matters, but he does. In the morning, he says, all day long. Like 1 cup lasts him all day. And I think what he's doing with that is it just keeps getting filled up. There's a female MAR that goes along with that. So Marty might have been married to Mary or Martha. I don't know, but female MAR. Again, I apologize, you guys. Wasn't planning on that. It just popped in and I started feeling really sick. So if anybody understands it, feel free to share. And as we come to you, I'll see if he has anything else. Okay.
So someone asked a question I want to answer. The question, I got to go back and find it. The question was something about how is the year of the fire horse. Oh, here it is. Mary 9292 asked, Erin, can you speak on how the Schumann resonance will get affected by this fire horse energy? So I would love to, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect it. I've never been in one before. And so I don't know. But what I can tell you is that the sun is supposed to be exiting its solar maximum. This is a natural cycle. It goes through every like 10 years or 10, 15 years. We're supposed to be exiting this, but the activity on our sun is not showing that. It's showing that it's increasing, and the solar sunspots that we're seeing are increasing in strength. So for me, this is a reflection of the new energy that we're walking into, that maybe we're receiving more and more because we need to incorporate these things and take them with us. You know what I mean? But as far as how will it affect the Schumann, I honestly, I don't know, because I mean, I'm on the same ride you are, friends. We'll just have to see. But I can tell you that the solar activity has really been accelerating on our physical sun. I see it every day when I'm checking it. We're getting more and more CMEs. It should be winding down, and that's the thing that really gets me. Is this has happened forever? Like, we've been recording this for years and years and years, and now it's not acting how it has been. So for me, that's a change. I just saw a huge thing move behind you.
I hope the things.
I just saw it was
My,
like a
my favorite is when orbs come in and they pop in my head and out.
no, this was like it almost, do you have incense lit in your room?
I do.
Okay, so it was like a big plume of smoke went right behind you, but it was
Oh, weird. Huh. What were you saying when it went behind me? Because they
I was
usually try
talking
to get
about
our.
the sun and how it seems to be ramping up its activity.
Yeah, and I don't have any air on in here. My fan's not on today, so for
Telling you
that to
guys.
come, it's so that is your aha. Pay attention to this. Spirit
Mhm.
works in the most amazing ways. It's so freaking
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also want to address the carbon base to crystalline structure. I tend to agree with that. The best way I know how to explain it is recumbent DNA is being turned on. This recumbent DNA has been labeled by scientists for years as junk DNA. I'm sorry, that's a lie. When have you ever seen nature create anything that is junk? It doesn't work that way. Not being
nature.
turned on or active is not the same as not being able to be active. Your DNA can be affected by music. It can be affected by your environment. It can be affected by what you consume. And it would make sense to me that if we're receiving all this new energy and these things are changing, that it would start to affect our DNA and start turning on some of this recumbent DNA that's kind of been hanging out in there. And for me, I've been shown that this is things like telepathy,
Yeah.
energy sensitivity, being
Yeah.
able to pick up on things. There's no more room to hide. Lying is not something that's going to be able to continue, because the more sensitive, like, I don't know about you, Melissa, but I know if somebody's lying to me, and I
Dude.
don't know if they think I don't
I
know.
always I joke and I'm like, I get paid to read energy for a living.
I know immediately when someone's lying to me, and
I-
that's going to become way more of the norm, that everyone's going to be able to see. You can't hide. And if you've ever listened to the telepathy tapes, those kids have made it incredibly clear. There was one kid who I forget exactly how the question was, but I think the woman who was doing the tapes, she asked him, does everyone have this? And he said something to the effect of, yes, but you don't get to have this and lie. So you can't be lying.
you have to carry that. So, for those who were talking earlier, I know there were some mamas on here about autism. The telepathy tapes is absolutely geared towards the
Yes.
children who are nonverbal. Well, they don't call them nonverbal, non-speaking, because
Right.
they're verbal. I will tell you, I have had moms come to me for readings and bring their children who are nonverbal, and they are not. She was telling on her mom. It was awesome. I mean, nothing bad, but she was saying all kinds of things and wanted me to relay that to her mom.
Yeah.
So they can hear you.
And if you're not necessarily a podcast person, they're going to release a documentary soon, a film version. So you can actually see with your eyeballs that stuff.
Yeah,
that
I
they're
would want
doing.
to watch that. I'll watch
I can't
it. I'll
wait.
do
I'm so excited. I can hardly wait.
I had all these people sending, Melissa, did you see this? Did you see this? And I was like, oh my God, stop. And then finally I just went and watched it, and then I was hooked, and I was like, oh, this is
It's
lovely.
fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating.
Absolutely. So intelligently done too. I mean,
Yes. Well, the thing about it is, as a scientist, right,
Yeah.
watching I have my fidget toy with me. As a scientist watching this,
Yeah.
they did this with high scientific integrity, meaning they did
They
it in
did.
such a way that it could be reproduced, that it could be proven, that there's no
Yes.
wiggle room here. There's no way for
Yes.
someone to point in and go, well, this might be it, or this, because they were very high in their integrity in doing this. And
Yeah.
that's why it's been so impactful, because there's no way for people to go in and pick it apart. There's simply no evidence that it's not this.
No, because I think they do a really good job of picking it apart themselves. Like, here,
Right.
we looked at this and we pulled it, and could this have happened? So they do all of that for you. So you're just kind of like, oh, this is lovely. I bought it hook, line, and sinker just because this is what I do for a living. So it makes
Mhm.
sense to me that the telepathy. And I want to share this piece. Um, how many people, show of hands, feel like they're losing their words? Now you
Oh,
know I am.
oh,
So think about
all the
that.
time, all the time.
So we're losing our physical words, but we're moving into telepathy. Think about that for just a second.
Oh, that's a great question. Erin, are you a scientist in the higher realms? I think no. When I asked in my first QHHT session, one of the main questions I asked myself was, what was my intention in coming here? Like, what job was I going to do? And it's kind of a funny story, because before I went to the session, I was 100% sure that I was going to say I was a healer. I'm a healer. I'm a healer. Right. And I even said that to the woman who was doing my session. I go, I want to ask this question, but I already know the answer. She's like, are you sure? I go, yeah, I know the answer. And she's like, okay. She asked, and what happened was, she asked me, and in my brain, so when you're in this state, it's like your brain is moving like molasses and your mouth is going 100 miles an hour, right? So in my
Yes.
brain, I'm thinking I'm going to say healer, and my mouth goes teacher. And I remember going, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. And I just kept saying, she is a teacher. She comes to teach. She's here to provide information and to bring information. And that I have done this in many, many, many life experiences, that I'm always coming forward with information. That's just part of who I am. And I was also clearly shown that there have been life experiences that I had where I abused that, and where I took advantage of that, and where I didn't do the right thing. And so, we have to remember, you're not always the good guy.
No, no,
Karma is about balance. It's not about punishment.
it's not a
So in
punishment at
order
all.
to understand some kind of concept, you have to experience both sides. And the greatest demonstration of that I have is, if you and I are in the same life experience together and you unalive me, it shows complete disregard for the value of my life. If we
Yeah.
reincarnate together and I unalive you, now we have the same karma. It didn't fix anything.
No,
So we would come
no.
back, and you would be in a role where you would be required to unconditionally care for me, like a parent or something like that. And that's the two ends of the stick. And so now you have balance in that lesson, and you come and you close that karma. And
And
that's
that,
how it is. Karma is not a bitch. She's a
no,
friend, but
she's
it
wonderful,
can feel
beautiful friend.
difficult because we have to learn that balance. And sometimes we go to the extremes because we're dumb humans, and we do that. But
Well,
it's just
in a lot of lifetimes where if somebody has taken a life or if they've controlled somebody else, and they are here and they're caretaking. So we might see that in these roles of autism, or
right.
these roles where the child cannot speak. Now, they have to be cared for by. It is crazy how things. There were a couple of things I wanted to pull up. Somebody was asking if I do take clients. I am. I do. I do. I do this for a living, so it's my 9 to 5, so to speak. Okay.
Yeah, we
So
both
you,
we both have client
yeah,
lists and all kinds of fun stuff you can get
all
into.
kinds of fun stuff. Um, there was something that I wanted to share that I thought looked fun. Oh, this was one that I wanted. Okay, I was wondering about my clairaudience became quiet. I heard it's because we need to switch to the higher frequency and then it'll be much clearer. I don't know
I don't
if
know how to
how I
think about
feel
that.
about that
Yeah, I don't know
because
about that.
mine is like full on. I was at the grocery store and I just looked at somebody and started getting all kinds of information. I'm like, they're on trans medication, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I felt like I just looked in their underwear drawer. So So we want to be careful. Don't look at anybody's underwear drawer.
But if
So
you're
just,
clear, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna, I don't know what I was gonna say. I forgot.
Sorry.
It's okay. It wasn't you. It totally wasn't you.
But
It
if
was
your
me.
Claire audience is becoming quiet, it could be because you have some other Claires that are trying to emerge. And if you're too focused on one, you won't give any attention to the others. Everyone has access to all of the Claires all of the time, but some of them are going to come more naturally to you than others, just like
100%.
everybody can play the piano. Everybody can play the piano. Some people are going to need years of lessons. Some people need one lesson. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Everybody can play the piano. It just depends on your attention, how much you work with it. If you get super frustrated with it, it's not going to come through. If you're trying to control it, it's not going to come through. I mean, there's a lot going on, you know?
Yep.
So
Allow.
I don't know how to say, I don't want to say that that's incorrect because I don't necessarily know that, but it feels off. It doesn't feel quite right because that feels more like a punishment, and the universe is not going to punish us. It doesn't do that. That's
No.
human. That's not
But
the
I will
universe.
tell you that comes up a lot in mediumship when I first began this. It was something that I saw over and over. People saying, "Oh my God, I got punished for doing this, so now my abilities are gone." And that is all human, you guys.
It is, and it's your belief.
That is a
It's your
human fear.
belief
And
that you deserve to be punished that will cause the
spirit does
punishment
not
to
punish
happen.
us. Spirit is love. So please, if you feel like, "Oh, I did something wrong," that's not how that works. That's not how I believe that works. Maybe that's a better way of saying that. Okay. So if you feel like your clairaudience isn't working as strongly, start tapping into the others. Practice smelling things. Practice tasting things. I like to play a game. Let me taste your job. And what I do with that is, do I get a steak? Do I get the full meal deal? Do I get a piece of pie? It kind of tells me whatever I'm tasting is like, oh, this job is this for you. It's not serving your greatest good. So we might play that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Um, but when I first did that, I was practicing with a friend, and the instructor said, "We're going to play this game." And she called it something else, but I heard "taste your job," and I about panicked because my friend was a farrier. And for any of you who know what that is, it's picking horses' feet, and anybody who's had a horse knows what that smells like. So I was like all kinds of panicked. I'm going to taste what she does for a living. So I was like, this isn't okay. And that's not what it is. But okay, so um, ascension symptoms to prepare the body. Yes, we're having a lot of those, and that will continue. We will continue, continue, continue. Did you see any, Erin, that you wanted to?
Let's see.
I don't think. Oh, Erin left the building. I clicked. Come back, Erin. Come back. Come back. I feel like the lady on Titanic. Come back. Where'd she? Erin, we can't. I see you on here. Can I pop her back?
There it is. I don't know.
I
It
had
put me
to.
backstage.
I know I have. It totally did too. Could you hear us? Could you hear me?
I could hear you.
Come back. Come back. And now I can't get my
So
chat.
let's see. Let's go through let me go through the chat here a little bit.
I can't find the chat. It disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Someone asked a question. Someone said something that I wanted to say something about. I don't know where it is, but they said they feel like they're being called to work with autistic children and adults, but they're waiting for guidance on where to start. Friend, just start. Just start. Inspired action is the way to manifest. You don't have to have the end goal right in front of you when you start. As a matter of fact, that often hinders you. But you can start by researching it, learning more about it, talking about it, going to places where it is, and it will naturally unfold for you. It will naturally unfold. Don't wait. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Don't wait for a booming voice from a burning bush. That's going to take forever. Follow what inspires you. And I had a whole conversation with a client the other day because she said she was feeling stuck. She wants to do this, but she was so stuck on the idea that it has to come to fruition immediately that she had paralysis. She couldn't take any steps. But you have to do it. You have to do it. You know, one of my favorite stories is you tell Source, you say, I want a birthday cake. I want a chocolate birthday cake. And Source says, great, here's the keys to a fully stocked kitchen. And most people go, well, this isn't a birthday cake. And they throw the keys down and they walk away. But you've literally been handed the keys to a fully stocked kitchen where you can make any cake you want. But you have to make the cake. It's not going to be landing in your lap. There will be paths that open up for you, inspirations that arrive, but you still have to take the accountability to step up and actually do it, right? You're never going to be forced. Source is not forceful. It's loving.
No.
It's never going to force or
Support.
argue with you. So if you tell yourself that you can't do it, Source is going to say, okay,
You're right.
okay. It's not going to argue with you. So don't wait. Find something that
Little
inspires
steps even.
you. Baby steps, even if it's just watching videos about working with autistic kids, if it's doing research on what kind of training you would need to be able to do it in an environment that feels good for you, if it's volunteering somewhere where there's this type, something.
Yes.
And then once you start, paths open for you that you could not possibly have perceived of.
Yes.
And that's the best gift you can give to yourself, is just take a step. Just pick a direction and take a step and be okay with changing direction and going around the corners, and stop getting so tied up in, well, I don't know how I can do this. It says I need a degree in this. Fine. Just try it. Just try something,
Yeah, I love that. And it's true, though. You can't be passive. You can't be passive. Like when I quit my job, I could have just sat there and been panicked. Now what do I do? But I put my energy to work. I showed up. I did readings. I did so many readings. Show up, do the thing, build what it is you want to create. I'm just going to pull this one up real quick. So she had a reading with me. I was able to, for the first time, see my ex-partner's lies. Oh, I hope it went the way you wanted it to, honey. Okay. And that was just about the autistic. Karma can be a bitch. It's not a bitch.
No. So there's a question here from Erin Layton. It says, where'd it go? It says, I heard 3i Atlas is coming to help us create a new Earth, and we will have our junk DNA open to use our gifts. Is this BS? So 3i Atlas is already past us.
I don't see it, but I wanted to put it on the screen. You keep talking, I'll keep looking.
And while I agree that 3i Atlas had a purpose, I do not have any feeling that it was sending us cosmic rays or anything like that. But what it did get us to do is look up. Look outside of our planet, outside of our universe. We are very egocentric. We used to think that the sun revolved around us. We are very egocentric human beings. And 3i Atlas was an object that came in and got so much attention and got us to question things, got us to look up. And that by itself was tremendous. That by itself, it was tremendous. I have never received personally any indication that it was anything other than that, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't. I just personally have not received that, so I can't speak on that, but I can say that it caused us as a collective to go, oh, wait, there's other stuff out there? Like,
Yeah.
Baby steps, friends, baby steps.
Yeah. I'm just going to see if I can. I'm still just not sure how I feel about junk DNA either.
I don't believe in junk DNA. I believe in recumbent DNA. Recumbent DNA is inactive alleles in your DNA system, and your DNA changes based on many, many things. That's been proven by science with studies through twins who were raised in different environments. They're very different, identical twins that are very different because their DNA switches based on the environment that they're in. So your DNA can be affected by sound, light, food, everything. So it's not junk DNA. There's no such thing. It is just recumbent DNA. Recumbent meaning dormant. And as it becomes active, these things start to change in your body.
Yeah.
I have zero doubt that part of my recumbent DNA had to do with my connections to source. And as I started to meditate and activate these things, that DNA switched on. And that gives me sort of the ability to do the comfort in doing this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I believe
we all
that.
have this. It's just, it's dormant. And for most people, I think it's dormant.
Yep, I believe that. Um, while having ascension symptoms, is it counterproductive to take over the counter medication?
No, I don't believe that. I don't at all.
So, for are you asking if it's counterproductive to take it for certain things? Like if you have a headache, is it throw me off if I because I just put a roll on stuff on my back because I'm having a lot of back pain.
Right. I do not believe that the intention is for us to suffer. And if
No,
we have the
no,
tools to alleviate the symptoms, there's no reason that I can see not to use them.
yeah. Depending on what they are. If you're taking drugs to mask your emotions, or if
Well,
you
that's a
are
different
taking,
thing.
it is, but some people, and people do it with medication
They
too.
do. But I was kind of thinking of ascension symptoms like headaches, hot and cold flashes, nausea, all that stuff. There's no
Fair.
reason for you to suffer. You're not going to stop the process by addressing the symptoms. Um, I
Oh
don't
gosh,
believe that.
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think you'll stop the process by addressing. No, agreed. Yes, yes. I didn't read it that way. I read it some completely different way. It's like I was like, oh, I personally um, don't want to say I don't believe in drugs, um, but I do think there's a lot of natural things that we can do. Now, sometimes we get to a point where you do need to do something bigger, especially if you've let something go so long and you haven't addressed it.
Oh yeah.
But if you start feeling the little pain here, little whatever, that's where you start doing the emotional work to heal it, to clear it, to feel it so that you can release it so it doesn't become something huge.
Yes.
But once it's gotten huge, I think you
Right.
probably have
I mean,
to,
everything has a vibrational cause, but
yeah,
if you don't address the vibrational cause, it will fester and it will cause physical symptoms.
yeah,
Um, Depression is a physical symptom of a misalignment of your energy. However, depression can be incredibly difficult to see around. So, for me personally, there is nothing wrong with taking something to help you get above the symptoms enough so that you can actually start doing the work involved. I personally don't believe in taking that stuff long term forever. But I do believe if you are stuck in depression and you can see no way around it, if you can take something to help you get above that, that's great, as long as you have the intention of actually fixing the problem and not masking the symptoms. I think the problem with American medicine is we've gotten very used to throw pills
take
at it. I
this,
feel better,
take
and now I
this.
don't need to fix it. And that's not
Yeah,
how it works.
no,
The
especially with
medication,
depression.
right, the medication is only supposed to be temporary to help you get into therapy and meditation and exercise and all the things that you need to do to help alleviate the cause of the depression.
Yeah,
Um, I think that it's irresponsible to just say, well, I'm just going to sit in my depression and not do anything. That's how people get lost. That's how
yeah,
we lose people. And you can't do that. And it's not bad or wrong of you to feel like you need some relief. There's nothing wrong with that. The misalignment happens when you, like, when people start to take antibiotics, right? Because they have a terrible something going on, and then after 2 days they feel better and they go, I don't need the antibiotics anymore. That is so bad. That is
yeah,
so bad, because it's not you that becomes resistant to the antibiotic, it's the bug you have. That
yeah,
bug will evolve, and that's not what you want to do. But the same thing with depression. If you can take something to help you rise above the symptoms enough to start talking and going to therapy and doing responsible things for yourself, then there's nothing wrong with that. But it should be done with a plan to work with your doctor to eventually get you off of that medication and put you into a state where you're more by yourself, more in control of yourself. Just, I mean, that's for me personally, but that's how I feel about that. And I feel about that about everything.
yeah. I do. I'm right there. I really, really, really believe in pushing doing the work, the shadow work. I wish that our doctors would push that more than the drugs that they peddle, and I do believe they do that. And I'm sorry, but I just have seen, like, my husband was on so much medication. He has had over 25, 30 surgeries. And they just kept pushing the pills to him instead of getting to the root of the problem, which is always fucking emotional. There's the stuff there, he's been through a lot. He was in the military. He found our son when he took his life. He had to clean up after his uncle had passed. I mean, it was a mess. So there's so much emotional stuff there that we need to dig into. And unfortunately, I think our society is more of a plug and play. Here, take this, go do
Oh
it.
yeah, we're a quick fix society for sure.
Yeah,
But
and we
we're
got to do
moving
the work.
away
There's
from
no shortcuts. Even like with healing, like I want to cut cords. Right now, I'm going to tell you stop cutting them. Stop cutting them. I am going to be doing a class. Maybe I should talk to you about that, Erin. I'm going to do a class on cord healing, not cutting. I do not believe in cutting them because it severs it and it can actually cause physical pain. There's so much else you can do, but we all want that quick fix. There's really no quick fix. Like people say, can I take away this from my soul contract? Are you doing the work? That's how you take that away. That's how you clear stuff. You've got to do the work.
Yeah.
You've got to do the
So
work.
Patricia is asking, I want to answer this real quick.
Okay.
What do you both think about President Trump saying he's going to do a broadcast on aliens being here? First of all, I've never heard anywhere that he said that. Let's just put that out there. And secondly, I think if Trump thought that would take attention off of the Epstein files and all the crap that he's doing, that he would absolutely do it. I don't think it has anything to do with big morals or anything like that. Do I think he's going to make an announcement? I don't know, but I don't think he's doing it for the reasons that you think he is. And if you don't like that, sorry, I'm not. I am not a fan of Trump. You're not going to get any sympathy out of me. So we're not going to talk politics on this channel because it will fire me up. That is an evil man.
I couldn't see you getting fired up at all, Erin.
Whoo!
Somebody just lit that fucking match. No, it's I don't know because I haven't heard that either.
I've never heard that anywhere. Only on the only place I've ever heard that is on some random TikTok. And like you look at the person's channel and I'm like, who is this person? They're an inside source. How would Joe Schmo from middle of nowhere, Nebraska have an inside source at the Pentagon? Are you kidding me? We have to use discernment here, friends. People will do anything to get your attention and to make money off of your attention. So be wary. Be wary of the big splashy titles and the fear mongering, because that is not a good way to go. It's only going to cause fear. I don't believe in that. I will never feed that. And if I'll tell you right now, and everybody on here who knows me, you know this. You come on my channel and you drop some bullshit in my comments, you're out of there. I'm not putting up with it. I'm not letting people start fights in my comments. You make some random weird ass comment about whatever in my bye, Felicia. I don't have time for you.
I don't like that either. I am just like, that's not what we're doing. And I always thought I was just a jerk for like, here, let me help you out. I would just like, here, you go over there. So
let me be clear though, to address Margot, I do not want any harm to come to anyone. Regardless of what he's doing in this world. I don't necessarily want him to be president, but I don't want anything bad to happen to him. He's still a father. He's still a husband. He's still a son. He's still a person. And I don't want anything bad to happen to him. I just don't want him in office. You know what I mean?
On a soul level, I might trigger you right now, so you might have to plug your ears. On a soul level, he came here to shift some shit.
Oh, I believe that.
That is exactly 100%. What he's doing.
100%, I believe that.
Shit. I have gotten that, and then I have watched other channelers say similar things. He is here to make a lot of changes, and like I learned through my dad, sometimes we learn in spite of somebody.
Right. But I also think I agree with you, and I think that we as a society, as a culture, and as a group of humans have gotten so stuck where we were that it took something like this to actually get us to change. It has to become so untenable that you're like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
right? Like
There
complacency with
was
a
so
K.
much hidden. The hidden stuff started so long ago. That was way before he even came into office. There's a lot of stuff, and we'll continue to see that shit come to the surface. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out. I do want to answer this one, and if you see any you want to talk, let me know. Yes, 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 and yes. Can QHHT help with chronic health issues? Yes. I'd love to know the root issues are, even with a lot of work, I still don't know. So sometimes we can come into them, we come into this world with things from past lives. Maybe we got nailed in the throat or something, so we're carrying that trauma with us in this existence. That can absolutely happen. Um, so when you go into a regression, one of the things we do is a body scan where your higher self scans your body and will do any cleansing and healing. I personally haven't seen it happen with my clients, but in a lot of the papers that I've read for the classes that I took, is they have healed cancers. They have healed some pretty incredible things right there on the spot. Walk out, holy shit. So So yes, there is a lot of stuff that can be healed through quantum healing hypnosis because it's just you carrying things that no longer serve you.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, I follow her. I do QHHT.
Yeah, I
So
love Dolores. I've listened,
yes,
so I don't read. I read, but with Dolores's books, I have found it's easier for me to listen to them because they're written like transcripts. And for me, it's hard to read a transcript, but if you hear it, I can process it better. I've listened to almost all of her books.
yeah,
I have learned tremendous amounts of information from her. Also,
yeah,
Jane Roberts is someone that I learned a significant amount from. Her Seth books were incredibly valuable to me, and they line up exactly with what Dolores was saying. I mean, when you start zooming out and looking at some of the people like Bashar, Dolores Cannon, Jane Roberts, and people like this, they're all saying the same things. They're
yes,
all saying the same things. And
yes,
that's so interesting. You know, like
yes,
to me, that's amazing.
yeah. Well, it's that we're downloading the same information, and
Right.
so it makes you. You can't. God damn, I can't talk. You can't avoid the pieces of information when they're all similar. There
Right.
may be some subtle shifts here and there, but even you and I, even though we're completely different people, we still have a lot of the same beliefs
Because we're on
or
the
the
same
same understanding.
frequency. We're on the same frequency. And though, so that happens a lot in society. So think about it. If you think about movies, right? So think about Steven Spielberg and all those creative director, writer people, right? They're all tuned into similar frequencies. If you notice, it happens all the time where rashes of movies come out that are around similar subjects or very similar movies. You know, like we had a bunch of disaster movies come out, like Day After Tomorrow and 2022 or whatever
Yeah,
they were. They all
yeah,
came out at the same time. It's because these people are all tuning into the same frequencies and
yes,
then translating through their own
yes,
lens. So that's the same for like Melissa and me. We're tuning into the same frequencies. We're just interpreting it through individual lenses. And
yes,
it's all frequency. That's all it is. It's just frequency.
yeah. Um, so Archangel Raphael is frequency healing music. Yes. Solfeggio, Solfeggio. There are 9 frequencies there in the solfeggio, and I use it when I'm meditating to do readings. I like 963 a lot. Um, they're connected to your chakras. So if you're trying to clear a certain chakra, I would highly recommend doing that. The solfeggio frequencies, 100%.
Yeah.
Music is huge. Aren't they saying that they're finding those solfeggio tones connected to the pyramids? Am I making that up? I might be making
I don't
that up.
know. I can't speak to that, but they're finding out some really interesting stuff about the pyramids. That's a faux show.
Yeah, that's
I'm
what.
excited about that. I'm like,
Yeah,
yes, tell me more.
yeah.
We have whole cities under those pyramids, it looks like. I mean,
This,
those pyramids look like they were power plants. So if you look at the design that these sort of whatever measurements, I forget what they're called. They're not LiDAR, but something like that. If you look at the design of what's in there, it looks like a coil, right? And when you put this, like my son's an engineering student, he's in engineering school. He's looking at this. He goes, "It's a power plant." He he looked at me like I was stupid. He's like, "It's a power plant." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, if I was going to design a power source, it would look like this." And I'm like, "Oh, well, isn't that interesting?"
Yeah. Well, we were given a power source and they used it to blow up, what was the atomic bomb? We were given an infinite power source. Oh, okay. Don't watch that.
I would love to do a retreat in Egypt. Unfortunately, that would
This made me giggle. I'm just saying.
right,
That's awesome. Thanks,
right.
Pamela. That was cute. Okay.
A retreat in Egypt would be really fun. I would love to go to Egypt. I can't even imagine what it would feel like to walk into one of those pyramids or one of those temples. When I went to Mexico last time and we went to Coba, I actually put my hands on some ancient pyramids, and the energy that shot through me
Oh,
was
oh,
indescribable.
oh.
Indescribable.
I bet. I bet. That's psychometry where you can pick up information through
Oh,
it.
so much. I was walking around and I was hearing things and seeing things. I mean, it was incredible. I mean, my husband didn't pick up on any of that, of course, but I mean, it was one of the single most exciting things I've ever done. And I could have stayed there for days, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's intense though when you touch something then or when you're in a place where there's so many things have occurred and so much energy is present and I will say I think there's portals all over the place. I
Oh,
there
yeah.
was there was something that just came up recently and I'm like, well, oh, one of the places the place that I'm doing my event, I was up there Monday just going over. It's a bunch of cabins up in the mountains with an event center and one of their cabins is pretty haunted. And I was like, let's go see. And so we walked through it, and sure enough, there's a lot of energy there. Now, do I believe in hauntings as a rule of thumb? I don't. I think most can be debunked. Not saying there's not spirit because there is, but I think a lot of things we feel is actually residual energy, or I mean, there's a plethora. This place actually has some energies there, and uh, oh well, isn't that interesting? So it'll be interesting to see who gets that cabin because I suspect I'll be spending some time in there with them.
Well, Mount Shasta is a huge energy vortex.
Yes,
Um, Skinwalker Ranch.
Sedona. I
Skinwalker
want to
Ranch.
go there. Erin, we should
Oh
go
my God,
there.
me too. I got a thing for Travis Taylor. I love me some Dr. Taylor. I would love to
I
sit
have.
down and just with Dr. Taylor. I'm one of those people, like, there's a name for it, right? And I don't remember what it is, but I am incredibly
A
attracted to
groupie?
smart
I'm
people.
kidding.
No, I'm incredibly attracted to smart people. I get such a charge out of having
Oh,
conversations that challenge me. And
yeah.
I'm not saying that the people I'm smarter than the people around me, but the people
I
around
get
me,
it.
that doesn't really happen. Like, we don't want to talk about the same things. It's not, or I
Yeah.
start talking about what I want to talk about and they're like, you're crazy. Goodbye. And so, but
Yeah.
with Dr. Taylor, like, I literally want to sit down and be like, tell me everything. Tell me everything.
I
And
want to
please say
know.
UFO again. Cause I love how he doesn't say UFO. He says that is a UFO.
That's a UFO.
I was like, I love
That
it.
sounded like a dirty word.
It does.
You're a UFO.
I love that show. People ask me all that. I've had many people say to me, well, if it's true, why is it a reality show? Friend, listen.
Yeah.
Have you looked at your society lately?
Oh,
Where do people go? They go to TV, they go here. There, it would do no good for them to put this out there in any other way. By putting it out as a reality show, friend, they're getting so many eyes on this and they're doing this. Dr. Taylor was on the UAP task force for the US government. This is a legitimate, real scientist. You saw it too, didn't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
That time I
That's,
saw it on here.
that's the second time I've seen that now.
I told you. I told you. I have
So
the things.
Yeah, but the experiments that they do, they document everything, and it's mind blowing what they're actually demonstrating. And if you guys haven't watched that, you got to go watch it. It's on. I watch it on Discovery Channel, I think, but there. I mean, the last season, some of the stuff they did, like I literally watched some of these episodes 4 or 5 times because I was like, do that again, do that again, do that again. You know, like I want to see it. You know.
I love the
Expedition X,
ones.
that's another really fun one.
I love the ones. Oh, I love that one too. I love the ones where they just disappear, and the Bigfoot one where the Bigfoot literally just disappeared, where they were watching something and it went. And I'm serious. I have been told over and over it's portals. They're going into portals.
Yes, and Skinwalker's mapping this portal.
Yes.
You guys, they did this experiment with I forget what
Science.
kind of LiDAR it was, but they did this experiment and it literally came up with a cone that was around them that it was picking up measurements hundreds of meters under the ground and it was making a perfect circle.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Taylor zooms out and sure enough looks like a bullseye on the ground. I'm telling you guys, there is something going on there.
And it's coming back
just,
in June. A new season will be in
yeah,
June.
it's my summer show. I love my summer
Yeah,
show. But yes,
a friend and I will text like, "Oh my god!"
I can't even imagine if I had the opportunity to go there. I would pee my pants. I wouldn't know what to do. I would be so excited.
Okay, well, I want to go with you if you go there. I say we make it.
I would love to go.
seriously will.
I can't even. I'm just yes, ground penetrating radar. Thank you, Rachel. Is that the Rachel Smith? My friend Rachel Smith? Is that who that is? My bestie's name is Rachel Smith. I wonder if that's her. Yes, at the Triangle. I'm telling you guys, there's something going on there.
I think mine doesn't scroll. Mine just sticks. So I'm like 20 minutes behind. I don't friggin' know. I don't know. So did you find
it would be nice to dream about the man with white beard. I never get to decide when he shows up. He just decides he shows up when he has something to tell me.
When you're ready, he said, when you're ready. Did anybody ever understand the gentleman that came through? To be honest, I'll go back through this tomorrow. So if we don't, it's okay. I'll go back through tomorrow and see if anything makes sense. Okay.
In the Mesa. Mm-hmm. There's something in the Mesa for sure.
Oh yeah.
100%. I saw a clip. I saw a clip recently, and I don't remember where I saw it. Probably on TikTok. And Brandon was in an interview, and he was saying we found something, and for the new season coming up, that they have something to show us. It's called Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, Skinwalker Ranch. It's a good one. I don't know what channel. They have a Facebook page.
I watch it on Discovery Channel. They do. I'm all over their Instagram. I'm like part of their special club. Like I'm all in it. Like
I'm there.
I'm there. I want to be besties with all of these guys. Like I would love to be invited out there to sit and meditate in the Triangle and see if I can bring something forward. Like I genuinely think I could. Yeah. Because I understand frequency, and I think they're just tapping into a frequency. That 1.6 hertz or whatever it is, that signal that constantly comes up, that's a call signal. There's a return signal, right? And look, I'm getting all excited. And gosh, I can't. Eric. So one point, Eric started playing a signal. And now every time they go to that triangle, it plays that signal back to them. It's waiting for a call in return. It's like a garage door opener, people. It's like a garage door opener. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's trying to get the signal replayed to it so it can open the portal. I guarantee you, I would bet every dollar I have that that's what's happening, that it's a frequency thing, that it's like a garage door opener, that when the vehicles or whatever it is get close enough to it, they emit that signal so it opens the portal and they can travel. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
I'm going to look it up. Skinwalker. What was I looking it up for? I had a reason.
I don't know.
Yeah. Telepathy. I was going to try to share. Oh, it is on YouTube too. For those who want to see it there, it looks like it's on YouTube. History Channel. History.com.
I'm down for that manifestation. Oh yes, and the native drummers. Yes.
Oh,
That
I
whole
have.
plateau lit up.
You can't see my drum. I have a drum. I love
Those
my
native,
drum.
did you see that though, Melissa, when they had the native, I forget what they were called. They had them come out there and that whole mesa
Yes,
lit up. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Call and
it
return.
is.
It's a garage door opener. That's
Yeah,
all
it
it is.
is
We're
amazing.
overthinking it. We just
Yeah,
don't know what the signal is. I think they're going to figure it out though.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Uh, Dr. Taylor, if you're watching this, I would really love to come and be your TA or just hang out. I'll do it for free. Just bring me
Do
out
it.
there.
Put it out there to the universe, and I want to come
Dragon.
because I want to read them from. I want to read the energy.
Portals are neutral. What do you mean? Is it benevolent? You're putting human behaviors on an
Yeah,
energy. That's not
it's
how that
benevolent.
works.
Yeah,
It's just energy. It's
yeah.
just energy. Energy is neither good nor bad. It is through your interpretation of it that you assign that to it.
Oh,
Field
this
trip.
way.
Love it.
You filter it. Let's do it. I'm with you, Dorothy. Let's do it. Um, I saw this. How funny! Just saw people come pick up frequency. Where did she go, Erin? What the hell are you doing? It's like I feel like I could put you in timeout now. She just leaves. She just leaves. Rude.
My energy got too excited and it shut me down.
Oh, pick up frequency with joint replacement. Oh my gosh, or like somebody who gets a heart transplant or something like that. Absolutely. That person's energy is embedded in that. Okay, field trip. All right, my dear, 6:37. An hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half.
So, real quick, let's both talk about the things we have upcoming aside from
Okay.
our collective workshop because just to let people know, right? I went through
Yes.
a portal, right, Dorothy? Totally right. So for me, this Friday at 7 p.m. Central is the Channels Chair. The Channels Chair is a Zoom hosted event with moi and lots of other people in the same experience. And it's very much like a support group for your awakening. My channel will be open and I will answer questions, but it's a great place to come and not feel weird talking about your woo. And that's
Where
the
can
whole purpose
people get
behind it.
tickets, Erin? And I'll put a link up.
Uh, it's it's on Eventbrite. You can go to my website. My website,
Okay.
consciouslyaaron.com. If you go to
Okay.
Tools for Transformation and click on that, it'll be in there.
I'll grab it real quick and post it on here.
So that's this Friday. And just like every other event, it comes with a link that you can watch. You can rewatch it later as many times as you want. Bring your questions. It is not a place for personal questions. It is not a place for you to come and say, can you tell me what I need to do here and there? That is a private session. I am uncomfortable addressing personal questions in a private setting, regardless if you are comfortable or not. I am not comfortable with that. So this is very much a place where you can come and ask me, talk about law of attraction. How does it really work? What is karma and why do we have it? How does energy work in the body? How does this work? How does that work? That's what I'm excellent at doing. And so come there with those questions. And then you get the benefit of talking to other people going through similar situations. So you don't have to feel alone. So that's the next thing I have coming up. I have a whole ton of workshops. You can look them up if you want to, but that's the next thing I have coming up. Melissa?
I'm over here clicking on your stuff. Okay, so I do have some events coming up. So this is how my brain is functioning, so you have to bear with me because I have to pull them up. So I have Wild and Within, which is at Whistling Jack's Lodge, and that is here in Washington State. Tickets are available. You can find that on my website, melissahenyon.com. I'll share a link. And then, of course, what we already talked about with Erin, the energy of mediumship. I will be giving a class, but I don't have any of the pertinence right now. But I will be doing, it might be a month-long meeting once a week where we talk about and we heal etheric cords. So I'll be doing guided meditation through that and helping people learn what they are and how to heal them and how to release cords of attachment. We have them for every person, place, or thing. And I'll teach you guys how to identify them, who they're connected to, what caused them to be there, and how you can release them organically.
Right.
I also have a couple of other classes. I'm not quite ready to share on all of those. I will be having a lot more offerings on my website too. I'm going to be doing, I love numerology. So I'm going to be doing some very special reports on those. If anybody's interested in that, let me know.
And then the thing I'm super excited about, people ask me all the time, are you going to be in person anywhere? Are you in person anywhere? I'm not in person anywhere until June. And then I'm going to be teaching at a retreat in West Virginia over the summer solstice. It's going to be so much fun. Tickets are not on sale yet. When they go on sale, I will share it on my website, but I am beyond excited for this retreat. So keep an eye open for that. And Melissa's retreat too. Like there's so many opportunities for you to get involved and learn and do things. Just do something. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? Just follow what feels good. If you're interested in something, learn about it until you're done learning about it and then move on to something else. It's not bad if you're like, oh, I've learned what I need to. That happens, you know?
Yes. Yeah. And then you might be redirected to go do something different. That happens too.
Yeah.
I thought I was only going to be a medium. I had no clue that all this other stuff was going to come into my life. When my guide said there's more, I was like,
yeah. It's in West Virginia.
Girl?
Stephanie, I'm from Virginia though. I'm from Richmond, but the retreat is in West Virginia. So keep an eye open. It'll be announced on all the stuff when tickets are available.
That's awesome. Okay. And when you do that too, we can share that on here when we go live next time. So we can.
Well, once I have tickets, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, kids. Oh, it's time for a sandwich. I wish everybody a wonderful evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Know that no matter what is going on, you are supported. You do have a team. You're not alone.
Okay. Right.
Okay. All right. Good night.